Hey guys, it's LimeNadoYT back here with another video, and today we are doing another chess analysis. In this game, I am versing Psycholab, and I am 1160 rated, and this game goes crazy, so let me show you. So if you guys watched the last chess video, I love the Vienna, especially the Vienna Gambit. So in this game, I play e4. My opponent plays e5. And then what happens here is that I play knight to c3, the Vienna game, and he plays knight to f6. And if you guys don't know, the Vienna Gambit starts after these moves. So what I play is f4, and right now the game is equal, basically, as the engine says. And normally the theory goes as they take, I push the pawn, they move the knight back, and then I develop this knight. But he didn't know that, and instead he plays bishop to d6, trying to decline the gambit. But obviously this doesn't work because after I take, it's just if they take with the bishop, I can move to d4, and they're basically losing. If they go right here to retreat, the only retreating square, it's a pin, and I can just take one of their pieces. But yeah, so that's why that's a blunder. But instead, I play knight to f3, going by what I learned. I know that I got to bring out the knight to attack this pawn. And he plays e takes on f4, taking a free pawn. But I actually get to play my first great move of the game, e5. Now, the reason why this is a great move is because it utilizes the fork between the bishop and the knight. And if he were to take with the bishop, which he did in the game, I would be able to take with my knight. So yeah, that's kind of a flaw in his structure, and I was able to take advantage of that. So that's the first great move, and now he castles. I play d4, protecting my knight and putting a pawn in the center. He plays d6, attacking my knight. I retreat with knight to f3. He plays rook to e8, giving me a check. I play bishop to e2, blocking it, and it is the best move according to the engine. He plays knight to g4, which is okay move. I think what he was trying to do was get to this square right here because it doesn't have much protection. I play castles, which is inaccuracy because it allows him to play his plan, which was moving the knight right here, which he does. And then I take with the bishop, he takes with the pawn, and I'm still in the lead in terms of points, but he has this pawn that's ruining my position because it's in the way of these two squares. But I play bishop to c4, getting ready to attack the square right here, and here's where the cool stuff happens. So he plays knight to c6, a mistake, letting me play that absolute brilliant move. Bishop takes on f7. Now you might be wondering, Lime, why would you sacrifice your bishop? He can clearly take with the king right here. Well, he does that, and then I play the next great move, knight to g5, double checking him so he cannot take with the queen, as we're doing a double check, one of the most powerful moves in chess, don't forget that. And he is forced to move his king because he cannot protect both threats at the same time. So he moves back to g8, but that does not stop me. I play queen to h5, the next great move. Now you might be asking, why is this one a great move? Well, if you look, I'm actually threatening checkmate right here. Literally just borderline checkmate if he just does something like, I don't know, play this pawn, and then it's checkmate right here. So what he has to do is protect himself by playing a move like h6, which isn't the best according to engine, but he plays it so that I can't go on that square on the queen. But what I play next is queen to f7, giving him that check, forcing him to go onto this square right here, which he is forced to do, as I said. And then I'm actually embarrassed a little about this. I was a little bit weak here. I played queen to h5, making it an equal game, basically. Now, the reason why this is a mistake is because it allows black to develop. So he would play e6, and he developed his bishop, protect this square, protect that square, and I can no longer threaten any sort of checkmate because everything is defended. And the move that they wanted me to play here is g6 right here because I'm, again, threatening checkmate even if my knight is in danger because I can provide checkmate threats. But yeah, so not proud about that mistake, but my opponent ends up doing is playing Knight takes on d4. I don't know why he did this. I think he saw a free pawn. He's like, ooh, I want that free pawn. And he took it. But I wouldn't say that's the best move because I play knight to f7. Another great move. Now, what knight to f7 does, it forks the king and the queen. So I'm actually able to just take the queen because he's forced to move the king. And also it sets up for checkmate threats. So he plays king to g8, and now it's mate in 5 for me after knight takes on h6. He takes the knight. I'm moving the queen to g6 for a check. h8. I'm moving the rook to s7. And then the only moves he can do is to stall. So he does knight to f3. I just move my king. And then any move he does, it's checkmate right here. Or if you're fancy, right here, it doesn't really matter. Or actually, right here is also checkmate. A lot of different checkmates. You guys get the idea. But I was actually in a time crunch, 5 minutes, 20 seconds. I wasn't like, I knew that he had more time than me, and I didn't want him to win based on time. So I just play the simple takes the queen. Not a bad move. It is an inaccuracy because I missed checkmate, but not a bad move. He doesn't take the knight for whatever reason. I don't even understand that move. I think he was trying to get promotion. This move just doesn't make sense at all because it literally allows me to take the rook, which is the next great move. I don't think it's a great move in my opinion because it's literally the most obvious move. Who wouldn't take a free rook? And then I take the pawn just for safety. It's an accuracy again because there is mate in 4 here with moving in the rook. As I said before, I was running out of time. He was more time than me. I want to rush, try to get the time advantage. So, yeah. So I take the pawn. He takes with his knight, which gives me a check. I take with the queen. And he moves his bishop to h3, which I honestly do not understand because I could just take it. But before taking it, I provide a check. He blocks with g6, which is an accuracy because I literally can now mate him even sooner. So I see the mate. I'd play queen to e7, forcing him to move his king up to the 8th rank. And finally, we provide checkmate with rook to f8. Now that Vienna Gambit game was absolutely crazy, guys. A lot of good moves. If we check the review, I literally have 1 brilliant move, 5 great moves, 7 best moves, and an accuracy of 80.1. Now, I would say that's actually pretty good. And this game said that I played like a 1400. And mind you, I'm only 1160. So that's like a 240 different elo difference. So this game was absolutely splendid. Love the Vienna. I'll continue to play it for you guys, find more games. But yeah, so it'll be really helpful if you guys could support me and subscribe so I can make more cool chess videos like this. And I'll see you in the next chess analysis video. Goodbye.